And welcome, folks, to another edition of Tigers football. Another 2018 season here at McKinley Field for the Tigers' first annual matchup this year versus Rich East here at McKinley Field. I'm joined by Dylan Patel, a new broadcasting member, along with Vivek on the camera. And Dylan, I just want to get your thoughts on what do you expect from tonight's game tonight? I mean,
well, it's the first game of the season, so I got pretty high expectations. I think our entire crowd out here also has pretty high expectations, but it's a big Rich East team, so we'll see how we match up.
Yeah, we've got to play well on both sides of the ball tonight. Urbana will kick off first to Rich East, and that means they will defer to the second half. And we're about to get underway with Jeremy Macharo set to kick off for the Tigers. Don't be surprised if you see an onside kick, but I don't think it's going to be this time. Expect that later in the game. We are ready to go. Partly cloudy here tonight. Pretty windy, as you can hear that in the background. It's a squib, hops over the Richie's defender.
There we go!
And he goes down the sideline.
There we go.
And the squib works to perfection on the first play of the game for the Tigers. Off the helmet of a Rich East player, and it goes to the Tigers on a deflection. Tigers will get the ball on their own 30-yard line. Dylan, that was a very great play. I've never seen that, quite frankly.
I was not expecting that at all.
Good start to the Tigers' 2018 season. And they'll set up shop, ready to go on offense, led by Jacob Meeker and company. Some players to watch on the Urbana offense include wide receiver Mike Maboyo, tight end Jerome Rao, wide receiver / running back tonight for the injured Lavoy Young, Chico Lipscomb, and Michael Monreal and Jeremy Macharo on the line, with maybe a special appearance by our former broadcaster, Stephen Thompson, who does basketball games with us at tight end, his first year possibly on offense. So look forward to that. A lot of anticipation coming into this season. I know the players are ready for this. And the first snap goes to Meeker. A handoff to Chico on the option. And it goes for no gain. So Dylan, what do you think it's going to take? What do you think the Tigers offense is going to need to do here tonight to be successful against this big Rich East team you mentioned?
I don't think they got to toss the ball. Like, this is a really big Rich East defense. I don't think they can run it up the gut every time like they just did. They should look to get Meeker and their wideouts more available. And, you know, Stephen Thompson's out there. Maybe get him into it, but we'll see what they do.
Yeah, and a swing pass goes to number 18, Elijah Rogers, and he takes it out to about the 33, 32-yard line, and that'll be a pickup of about 5. So it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Tigers coming up here in this first quarter. Now in high school football, when you get down here in this region, normally in the NFL or college, you'd see a field goal kick. Well, in high school, that's not an option. So usually in this territory, it's prime 4th down territory. So we're looking at 2 plays here for the Tigers to get 5 yards. So we'll see what they do here, because here's a snap, fake.
Run it up.
He's going to take off, and here he goes. Meeker to the 25, to the 20.
Ooh, good run.
And down to the 18. A great keeper by Jacob Meeker. And a good start for Jacob. I know he's been, Jake Meeker. Tad, but we call him Jacob Meeker. He's been working on. He started last year for the Tigers. A little bit of a rough season last year. We went 1-8, but there were some bright moments. The game against Central comes to mind, where he had probably one of his best games of his football career, so to speak. And he's looking to improve in his senior season. And the pass is high for number 18, Elijah Rogers. And Coach Walker, he loves to run the spread option. You know, a lot of option plays, a lot of quarterback keepers, fakes to the running back, and swing passes, short passes. And then the carry goes to Chico Lipscomb. He cuts back.
Good run.
He's down to the 10-yard line. A nice carry by Chico Lipscomb. And that'll be good for a Tigers first down. Move the chains. It'll be 1st and goal for the Tigers early in this first quarter. So, Dylan, what are your thoughts about the option offense? I know they have it on Madden, and you love to play Madden. So what are your thoughts about that?
Of course, always with the option. Well, typically I'll play with the Steelers, so, you know, Big Ben's arm, pretty solid, right? So I don't really run the option that often, but the option is a great use for high school and college football when the quarterback is kind of not as developed. So it gives Meeker, in this case, quick options, quick passes that our fast wideouts can easily get to. So
that's good. That's good. That's a good analysis right there. As the last carry was for a couple of yards, 2nd and 6 or 2nd and goal here for the Tigers. And that's a great point. I think it's good to get Meeker so you can get the ball out quick, because we have lots of speed on the outside. We've got lots of playmakers, so that's always good. And that's something Urbana's always had. As Meeker fakes into the pitch, and it's going to go for a loss, a big loss. As it's back to the 16-yard line. I believe that's number, can't really tell from here. Elijah Rogers again. He's been a focal point of the offense here so far, the junior, Elijah Rogers. Quarterback of JV game, last game. Get lots of touches. Looks to be a focal point of the offense here early on. Here we go, 3rd and goal from the 15. After a negative play. Most likely 4th down and goal territory. With place kicker Steven Thompson, the only option for kicking, and he's not the best option. The throw goes up, and it's incomplete. And it was a corner fade to the end zone, and it was incomplete. A decent ball by Meeker, but receiver couldn't come up with it, couldn't get his arms extended. It was incomplete, and to number 4, Mike Maboyo. Good crowd here tonight, Dylan, wouldn't you say? A lot of people strolling in late, you know, casually late. I mean, you're only like 20 minutes late. I mean, I mean, there's no such thing as being on time anymore these days. So here we go, 4th and goal from the 15. Meeker back to throw. And incomplete.
It's unlucky.
Dropped by number 5, Jerome Rao. And that's a turnover on downs. But although a turnover on downs, it wasn't a bad possession for the Tigers, certainly. We had some positive plays there off the turnover. Bad thing not to capitalize, but good start.
Yep.
I think. Now, I'd say one of the stronger points for the last year's Tigers team was the defense. Defense played well at times, forced lots of turnovers. That was a big thing last year. Hopefully they can get off to another good start this season, as defense will be critical. The carry goes to a large running back, who I'm not sure. Amari Brown goes to the carry, and it'll be a gain of about 12 for a 1st down. 14 on the play, excuse me. Now I'll give forewarning here. The Max Preps sheet for Rich East was not great, so we do not have the correct numbers for the players, and we don't have the correct position, so give us a little bit of that. Our resources were limited as the carry goes to Amari again, and he's chopped up, clipped by Urbana. It'll be another 1st down. Tackled by Ladero Lipscomb. Now, on the contrary here, Dylan, Tigers are more quick and speed.
Yep.
This team's powerful.
This team is big. As you can see, number 15 just going through our team possession by possession, getting our 1st down. We need to find a way to stop him. But we're a quick team. If they try to toss the ball, I think we'll be there.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure out some way, because 10 yards of play is going to result in some points going up on that
Seems like they're just doing the same.
Quarterback keeper here this time on the option.
They got to hit him.
Jeremy Lee, which we did get correct on Max Press, by the way. That was the correct quarterback, so applause for that one. But he takes the ball for another 1st down, another gain of about 12, gain of 11. Another 1st down. So that's 3 1st downs on 3 plays for Rich East. The Rich East Rockets, I believe. They're the Rockets. So a little bit of alliteration there, Rich East Rockets, kind of. A little bit windy here, if you can feel that in the mic. It's wind. It's a little bit chippy out here. Brisk evening here in August. There's another carry by Amani Brown, who we do not have on the roster sheet, but that's his 4th carry of the night, and that one goes for less of a gain than the others. That one only goes for a gain of 6. So it'll be 2nd and 4 after runs of 10 plus.
Mm-hmm.
And the carry goes to
Gotta
the wide
there.
back. And that, that would be a pretty nasty tackle there. And a helmet comes off. Number 52, Levante Pelmore loses his helmet. And he'll have to come off for a play. But this looks to be a horse collar, grabbing the face mask type of tackle here. It was very obvious. Yep, yeah. Grabbing face mask. That'll be a 15-yard penalty against the Tigers. And another first down for Rich East. So I'd like to mention here that Dylan Patel is a new member to our journalism class at the high school, and he so-called not replaces, but after the retired Joey Wright has left, I have assumed the position of main broadcaster, and there's a fumble, and it's down. Stephen Thompson down there, and he just missed it. Stephen Thompson, our fellow colleague down there in the scrum, as he smacks his hands and disgusted at himself after not picking that one up, but it'll go back to Richie's, but they get a break there. The ball has been awfully slippery these past 2 games. I think I've seen about 5 fumbles.
Oh, wow.
Which is quite odd. And they're all on, like, soon after the guy catches us. So I don't know if it's, you know, how they're catching it or grabbing it. I don't know. Back to what I was saying, Dylan's a new member of the journalism class, and he's the new color commentator. So I just want to just talk a little bit about, like, the benefits of, you know, the journalism class and this program here we have at Urbana, maybe to encourage more kids out there who want to possibly join.
Yeah, journalism class is a lot of fun. There's many aspects of journalism, not just broadcasting. In our class, we have many writers, we have many photographers, artists, etc., that all participate in, like, making Urbana wholesome, and, like, the ability to provide students with information in the UHS Echo is very important, and I just like the broadcasting aspect of journalism, so I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah, it's great to have you. We're glad to have you, actually. And that was a false start by Rich Central. Puts it back to 2nd and 15, ball on their own 31. 0-0 here with about 6 minutes left in the first quarter, and Jeremy Lee takes the handoff. He'll get the chunk of that penalty yardage back.
Yeah.
And it'll be a gain of about 7-8 as on that second down play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 7. Jeremy Lee, the quarterback, and the quarterback keeper. Haven't seen any passes yet from Rich East.
Yep, I think they're just using their size. If we get him to toss the ball, like I said, he may not have that great of an arm.
Yeah, and it'll be open the door for some, you know, possibly tip balls, interceptions. You know,
he's not the biggest QB.
That's true. And 2nd and 8, and the quarterback keeper for Jeremy Lee, and he's going to take this one down the right sideline, and that'll be good enough for a first down to the Tigers' 13-yard line. They're very methodical so far here, Rich East, just driving the football down, pounding it old school style. Urbana's going to have to toughen up a little bit and stop that. Again, this is the first drive of, still the first possession of Rich East. I mean, they've had the ball here for about 5 minutes. So a pro-style drive right here.
Yep.
Some notable injuries to mention. Our starting running back, Lavoy Young, out with an injury. And we have 8 other players out missing this game for various reasons, as told by Stephen Thompson. So that is something to remember here. We are missing about 8 players due to various reasons. As another carry for Rich East, gain of 9, 2nd and 1 at the Tigers' 6-yard line. With about 4:38 left to go, we're going to get a stop. Timeout. Timeout, Rich East. Not a timeout. Maybe a timeout. As a defensive coordinator for the Tigers calls out the signal calling under Coach Walker. Coach Walker in his 2nd year at the helm of the Tigers. Last year 1-8. He'll tell you that wasn't definitely was not what he wanted to, you know, have to be his opening record. But with the circumstances, and this is a young Tigers program. Last year we had a good senior core, but Tigers football is a process, and you know we're trying to change the culture here around the program, and he's done a great job of that. I mean, last year we were in a lot of games, a lot more than usual, I will imagine, especially against crosstown rivals, and that's always a big thing around here. So in the second year, that's probably what he's looking to improve on, is get a couple more conference wins and beat a Central or Centennial. If he does that, it'd be great. And a handoff for Rich East, and that is a touchdown. Touchdown by number 1. We do not have a number 1. But that's a touchdown either way, and it'll be 6-0 Rich East here, 4:12 left in the first quarter. Interesting to see what Rich East does. Take the 2 points or the PAT. Always a interesting debate here in high school football. It looks like they'll take the PAT.
Yep.
With number 20 being the kicker, Demarion Garrett. We do have that one. So claps all around for that one as he'll attempt the PAT here. But as I was saying, Coach Walker looking forward to this his second year, and if we end up beating, if we could double our win total, that would be a great. I know that's not saying much, 1-2, but
yeah,
anything at this point would be great, and that looks like to be a false offside on Urbana, number 16.
Oh,
16, Deshaun Duncan. Encroachment. Maybe this will change their minds. Maybe they'll want to go for 2.
Yep, I think they're going to go for 2, for sure.
And there's a little bit of confusion here on Rich East. The play clock hasn't started yet. Something was thrown back to the sideline. Looks like they'll go for 2 with Jeremy Lee taking the snap. The fullback to his left. And the carry goes to Amari Brown, and he will score, as it'll be 2 points, 8-0, Rich East. Good start for Rich East. Tigers defense susceptible to the run early on, and I'm sure that'll be something they'll need to correct later in this game. Overall, some positives on the offensive side. Defense, not many. A missed opportunity on the fumble, and missed opportunities. You know, those opportunities don't come very often. So.
And the first drive was a good opportunity for Urbana, but you never know. We got to convert right here if we want to stay in the game.
Very true.
This Rich East offense, they have the size. They have the size.
Looks like a powered locomotive out there. Rich East. We're going to need to keep up with the scoring. Although we have been seeing the Urbana comebacks, it's not an unusual thing.
Yeah.
But you know, when you get down 20+ points, it gets pretty dull at that point. But so as I was saying, Urbana's trying to win their second consecutive game, which hasn't happened for a while. I'll say that. After last year's season-ending win on senior night against Peoria Manual, in which was not the prettiest of games, but it was still a win. It was 42-6. Obviously, most people here will probably know what happened. Game cut short in the end of the third quarter due to a brawl. So, but still a win.
Yep.
Seniors took home a win. We're looking to make this 2 in a row, as the Tigers will receive the kickoff from Rich East, and looks like we're going to get a righty kickoff from 20 Demarion Garrett. Maybe he'll try to do a squib, maybe an onside. Possibility, as always. Looks like number 5. Maybe. Squib, and it'll go right down with it as he catches it. Number 12. Elijah Rogers, number 18. You know, I'm really bad at reading numbers, so excuse me on that part. It's really hard up here. We don't have the luxury of somebody down there telling us what numbers we have. We do our best, though.
Yep.
This is the first game of the season. We're getting right into the groove, as is the marching band, who I want to make a big shout out to. They always come out and support. They always give their heart out. They enjoy it, every single second of it. A lot of departing seniors from last year, but they're still strong in numbers, as always. One of the best around in the area. And one of our new broadcasting members, Spencer Walden, is in the broadcasting, as the pass from Meeker is low and incomplete. To Elijah Rogers. So I want to give a shout out to the marching band, as always. As Tad Meeker and Jacob Meeker and the offense go back to work, looking to put some points on the board. And how should we attack this, now that we've seen it for a series, how should we attack this defense here, Dylan?
Right now, I think the option worked the best for us. Like, we tried to do that one trick play or that one toss, but that just did not work. So far, the options got us pretty far down the field. As we started at the 40, made it all the way to the 10. So just keep up with that. But that one incomplete pass, that's one of many. So
Urbana takes a timeout. We're going to take this time to talk about some local events, one of them being the Sweet Corn Festival here in Urbana. I know a lot of people in Urbana have at least been to it at least once. I know I have. After that, that's all I needed, but that's just me. But the Sweet Corn Festival is going on, I believe, this weekend, and a lot of my friends told me it's going to be, quote, busing. So make sure you get out to the Sweet Corn Festival this weekend in downtown Urbana. Lots of good sweet corn and some great music, so make sure you go check that out. It's always a fun fan favorite around here. I know, Dylan, have you ever been to the Sweet Corn Festival?
I have. I think every year so far I've been to the Sweet Corn Festival. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. I particularly enjoyed when I was 9 the rides. I enjoyed the rides. Those were great.
I don't know. Do they still have rides there?
They do. I believe they still have the blow-ups, and then you ride the bull and it kicks you off.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a great one. That was my favorite.
Yep.
As Urbana comes back out on the offense, we'll get back to football. Jacob Meeker directing Ladero Lipscomb to his left, and motions Elijah Rogers in the backfield. Fumbled the snap a little bit, and he'll get taken down on the keeper for a gain of 0. The option not very successful here so far, but again, this is only the first quarter, so a little bit too early to tell yet. I'd like to see them explore the passing game a little bit more. Maybe some screens, maybe a downfield pass. We haven't seen this Rich East defense, cover the deep pass yet. Maybe that'll open up the lanes for Meeker to scramble. As he drops back, ready to pass, and he avoids the rush and gets it off, and it almost intercepted. He's lucky to get that one off, but he might have been more at ease to throw it away, as it'll be 4th down. Almost intercepted by the Rich East defender, but he did avoid the rush and avoided the sack to put Urbana back in farther. It'll be 4th and 10 from their own 32 and get ready to punt. Now, the punter situation is always an interesting case here at Urbana. We've never really had a great punter. So it's always interesting to see who's going to come out and punt. As Davion Lumpkin, number 2 for Rich East, is back to receive along with another player. So it's interesting to see how the punt works out. And the snap is a little bit high, but the punt is off, and it's a decent one.
It's going to roll.
It's going to roll, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. So that's where Rich East will take over as Urbana's defense comes back onto the field. And looking to improve after that first drive where Rich East went down the field methodically, mainly using the run. And it's clear to me that these two teams use the same style, both different personnel.
Yes. Yeah, I can see that as well. But I don't even think we've tested number 5's arm yet. I don't think he's tossed it even like an option yet. So,
yeah, that'll be interesting to see, as he has fumbled a snap before, and will get a timeout as Mike Maboyo calls the timeout. Looks like we have a little bit of problem. Mike Maboyo pointing at number 9, Destin Lembe. Maybe doesn't know what he's doing out there, but that's why you call the timeout, get him regrouped. Destin, a new player this year. Last year he was a cry by the audience for him to get in the game, and he finally did. the last game of the season against Peoria Manual. A game in which we were victorious, after a long season of losses.
Yeah, that
sorry to cut you off.
Oh,
Go
no,
ahead,
I was going to say that's a good senior win. Like, senior night, our first win of the season, that was a great job by Urbana High.
Yeah. And as usual, the Big 12 is one of the best football conferences in Illinois, in the state. So it is expected that we'll take our bumps, but we take pride in our successes, and we cherish those. So we take pride in the small victories, even though that might sound good, but in this football conference, you'll take anything you can get. As the carry goes to Amani Brown, and he'll take a steamroll through the middle, through the gut, up to about the Tigers' 48-yard line for a game. Oh, first down. They're going to give him a first down. And Amani Brown is a much larger back than we've seen.
Yeah.
He's about the size of an offensive lineman.
But he's quick. I'm not gonna lie. He's very fast.
I mean, that's the thing now. There are bigger people nowadays, but they're very quick.
Yeah.
There's a nice defensive stand here by Urbana, led by number 7, Printess Turner Jr.
See, we need to stop the run right there. If we continue with stopping the run, I don't think they have any other options to get out.
And that was a nice play by the defense of the Tigers. But like I said, I was getting there are bigger people, but these days, but they're much quicker.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I'm going to use this example. People might not like it, but Zion Williamson is a great example.
Of course.
A large human being, 280 pounds, with the explosiveness of, a soccer player, for instance, with the quick feet and the footwork, and you just don't see that these days. But it's becoming more common as the end around goes to number 6.
There we
and it's going to be a
there
tackle for loss. And avoids it.
Wow.
And this is not going to end up good. And he's going to end up picking up enough yardage for a first down. And that was not good.
That would have been a perfect stop.
That one you got to have. Steven Thompson's bending over on his knees, and you got to have that one. That's got to be a tackle for loss. Instead of a loss of about 3, goes for a gain of 15, and those are those plays that come back to hurt you later in the game, because that just gives them momentum. Albeit it was a great run, but that's got to be a tackle.
On both drives, we could have stopped them with the one fumble slip by Steven, and then they could have lost 3 yards right there. But
as the handoff goes to number 4, he takes it down the sideline, and this will be good for another Rich East. First down it'll be about a gain of 15. And at some point, Urbana's going to have to change up what they're doing and stop the run. I mean, they're just taking it down. I mean, they got to repeat what they did a few plays ago. Get guys, because obviously with these big running backs, it's going to take more than one guy to bring it down. I mean, we're not very big, so it's going to take a group. It's got to be a collective unit to have the desire to take somebody down. And I think we can get to that point. As Rich East takes the ball at Urbana's 18, and here comes the handoff to number 4 again, and a nice stop by number 5, Jerome Rao, on the back end. Nice tackle, as that'll be only for a gain of about 3. So that's a good defensive play right there. We'll take that all day. Gain of 3. We'll take gain of 3 instead of gain of 12.
Yeah.
As we go under a minute here in the first quarter. Good crowd here at McKinley Field. Student section not where I would like it to be, but that's just me. I have high standards. But parents always coming out to support. Large gathering here. As Jeremy Lee takes the handoff, and he will run the end around.
There we go. We got to hit him right there.
And
see?
He stays, tiptoes the sideline, and end up getting shoe tackled by Mike Maboyo. And that might be good enough. That'll be good enough for a first down, as it'll be 1st and goal at the 8. As Jeremy Lee did a nice tiptoe of the sideline act there to pick up a few extra yards. And still, we have not seen a pass. At this point, you got to just sell all out for the run.
Yeah.
At this point, I mean, we have not seen a pass. as they'll line up in the pistol. Jeremy Lee takes a snap, hands it off to Amani Brown, and he'll rumble in for a Rich East Rockets touchdown. Make it 14-0. His first touchdown of the night, with seems to be a 2-point conversion attempt coming. So not a good start here for the Tigers as they go down 14-0 early before the first quarter. 24.8 seconds to go. And they will go for 2.
Yep. Seems like this go to Amani Brown again.
Yep. Jeremy Lee lining up in the shotgun this time as Amani Brown motions, and that looks to be a false start on the offense. That might change their decision-making a little bit here as they're backed up 5 yards now instead of being from the nope. Looks like they'll stay with going for 2 here as they'll back up. And again, I would not expect a pass. We have not seen a pass all game. I don't think it would be right here. I would expect a handoff to Amani Brown or a quarterback keeper. But that's haven't been able to stop it yet, so if you can't stop it, why go away from it? Lee takes the handoff, quarterback keeper, and he rushes to the sideline, and he will get in for another 2 points for Rich East, and 16-0. There's a simple run to the right, and he gets in for the 2-point conversion. As the Tigers will go back to the huddle and look to get going again, bring up the energy. Maybe little words of motivation here from the coaches, maybe before we go out for this next kickoff. With the little help of the cheerleaders. They're always out in full spirit. Cheerleading, they take that, just like the football players take pride in their football, they take pride in their cheerleading. Love doing the flips, I love that. They don't do the, we haven't scored yet, so we can't know if they still do the push-ups. I mean, that was my favorite part. But we have not scored yet, and we're looking to score here on this on this drive right here. I think this is the drive, Dylan. I'm predicting a Tiger touchdown.
All right.
Hoping for the first one of the year, Tiger touchdown. Let's get it done.
Let's hope for the best.
As I expect, we'll see another squib.
Yeah,
maybe an onside.
Yeah.
Tigers are pushing up. Could be an onside kick here, as Dylan hinted at. Rich East is ready to go, and here comes the kick. It'll be an onside kick, and it was touched by a Rich East player. And this was touched by a Rich East player. It should be Urbana football.
Yeah.
It was definitely touched by a Rich East player. It should be Urbana football. But the refs might not have seen it. And we don't have the...
It was clearly off his foot.
Yeah, it was clearly off his foot. We don't have the benefit of technology of instant replay. But it'll be Urbana football.
Yeah.
So a good call by the refs to see that. Jacob Meeker will lead the offense out for the third series, as last series was not a good one as we went 3 and out. So look to rebound here. Get some more positive yards and get out there on offense. I'd like to see Chico Lipscomb more involved in the game here. He's probably, in my opinion, probably our best explosive player on offense. So I'd like to see him get a few more touches. Maybe Mike Maboyo too. Jerome Rao had a good season at tight end last year. Maybe get him a few more touches. Let's see what the offense can do here as they line up on Richie's 49-yard line with the motion of Elijah Rogers. Handoff to Chico Lipscomb and inside in a nice tackle by number 22 for Rich East, as that'll be a pickup of about 1. Malik Williams with the tackle. Apparently that was DeAndre Lloyd. So Malik Williams is not number 22. DeAndre Lloyd is number 22. Mark that one down as we reach the end of the first quarter. Again, Richie's 16, Urbana nothing. With Urbana having possession of the ball at Richie's 48, 2nd and 10. So we'll take this time to look ahead to the upcoming Tigers schedule. It's a rough one this year. As said, the Big 12 is always a tough conference.
Yeah.
Next week we're home against Danville. Dreaded rivals from 15 miles away. They'll be 30 miles away. They'll be here next week. Then we're at Normal Community, the Ironmen. That's always a tough game. Normal Community always boasts one of the top football programs in the state of Illinois. At crosstown rival Central, the Maroons, looking to avenge our 3-point loss last year, I believe. 3-point loss that came down to the last play here at probably my favorite game of all time out of any sport. As most people know, I do play basketball here at Urbana, and Dylan plays tennis. That was by far my most favorite broadcast. But don't watch it again because I was really immature for that moment. Do not watch that broadcast. I repeat, do not watch that broadcast. Maybe put it on mute. Put it on mute.
Enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game. And as Joey would say, pop some popcorn. But don't turn the sound on as Jacob Meeker takes a snap. Pass out to Elijah Rogers. Spin move. Gets
great
away,
spin.
And he's off and running.
That was a great
job by Elijah Rogers with a pick of about 9, and it'll be this 3rd and short at Rich East 39-yard line. Great spin move by Elijah Rogers with a Rich East impression right there of evading tacklers, and that's a positive pickup. It'll make it 3rd and short for the Tigers here. Manageable. This is most likely 2-down territory, I would imagine, unless barring a big loss here on 3rd down. Snap goes to Meeker, handoff to Chico, and he will
be short of the first.
Short of the first down as the ump holds up his fist. And looks like we're going to go for it. It'll be about 4th and 2. And here comes a snap to Meeker, motion from Elijah Rogers. And Meeker takes a second to look back at Coach Walker. And we'll probably get a false start here.
Oh.
False start on Urbana. On number 52. 52, Levante Pillmore. And that hurts. That goes from 4th and 2 to now 4th and 7. So that definitely hurts. That's a penalty that will hurt. We can get a rebound here as the players look at their sheets for the play call. And here comes a snap. Meeker takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Chico, and here he goes on the quarterback keeper, and he'll be about 3 yards short. And that'll be a turnover on downs. Good decision to keep it there, but not enough to get the 7 yards needed to pick up the first down. And it'll be a turnover. Back to the schedule. The big game circled on my calendar, as I asked Coach Walker earlier this week in our interview, which you can see on YouTube. I asked him what was the game he was circling on the schedule and looking forward to. He really didn't give me a definitive answer on the question. He more said, every game's important, the old coach cliche, which is true. I mean, every game is important, and that's what a coach should say. And he said, the crosstown rivalry games are obviously the player's favorite, so he pretty much chose that option. I'm looking forward to September 9th, September 22nd against Bloomington at Memorial Stadium.
There we go.
As a nice run stop here by the Tigers, Monty Brown takes the carry, and it'll be a gain of about maybe 1. So a good tackle by Jerome Rao there from the outside linebacker spot. As we get this defensive drive off to a good start. But as I said, I'm looking forward to the Memorial Stadium game, home of Illinois football, the Illini, and we'll be playing Bloomington. So make sure you come out to that one, as it will definitely cost significantly less than an Illinois football game.
Yep.
So free football, so definitely less. So make sure you come out to that. See some good high school football. As Jeremy Lee takes a snap, and he'll take it on the quarterback keeper, and tackled by 30 Steven Thompson. And that'll be good enough for a Ritchie's first down as Steven comes off the field. And back to the schedule, 9:28, we're home against Centennial, which will be our next football home broadcast. barring any changes, we might broadcast a Central game, but to be determined on that one. As Dylan seems to be distracted here, you know. But we'll be home against Centennial for homecoming, and that'll be a good one. That's always a good one against crosstown rival. Should get a great crowd out for that one.
Yep.
Dylan will most likely be joining me up here again as lights are starting to go out here at McKinley Field.
That's Blackman Field.
Not
Blackman
good.
Field.
Blackman Field, the lights have turned off. Excuse me. I don't know if they were supposed to do that or not, but it's definitely gotten a little bit darker as the handoff goes for about 6 yards. That brings up memories to a I think it was 2012 playoff game for Urbana. And it just blacked out. Like, all the lights went off.
Really?
We ended up going on to win the game, but it was about an hour delay because the lights went out. So that was a bit strange, but that's what brings back memories, and that was one of the last Urbana team to win over 3 games. That was the last Urbana team to do that. Jeremy Lee hands it off to number 34, and he's going to break down the sideline and get gang tackled by Urbana, but not after he picks up the first down to the Tigers 31. As 8:36 left in the second quarter, still 16-0 Rich East, as they have controlled the tempo here with their running attack. They have controlled the game up to this point and controlled the ball. They've had possession for the majority of the game. So, Dylan, what do we need to do to switch this momentum? I mean, turnover maybe? I mean, what do we got to do to get this thing going back in the right direction here?
We either need a turnover or a touchdown to give us
that looks to be a touchdown for Rich East. Sorry to cut you off, but that will be a touchdown.
I feel like I jinxed that kind of.
Yeah, you kind of did. Nice job, Dylan. As number 4 for Rich East scores a running touchdown, the 3rd of the game. Number 4, Maurice Harris scores the touchdown, and that is the 3rd different player for Rich East to score a touchdown in this game, as they go up 22-0 with the 2-point conversion attempt coming up. And for Urbana, this is not the start you wanted here.
Not at all.
On opening night here. Definitely not the start you wanted. No, excuse me, PAT coming up. This is always interesting.
This is the first one.
We're excited to watch this one.
Oh, it's
blocked. And that'll be it, but it's blocked.
That
Thank you,
hopefully
Dylan, for that excitement. That was maybe that'll get us fired up. That was great. That was a good, nice block. Good play by the special teams unit. And it remains 22-0 with no PAT for Rich East. And continuing with the schedule, since we still have not finished it, after Centennial homecoming on September 28th, we get no bye week. Then we're at Richwoods, Peoria Richwoods, home of the Knights. And then we're at Manual. Now that'll definitely be an interesting game. If you live in the Peoria area, you want to see some drama.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
For
and
sure.
two not evenly matched. I mean, we've beaten them twice in a row last year pretty handily. But if you want to see a decent football game with a lot of drama and a lot of things at stake, definitely go out to West Peoria.
2 teams that really want to beat each other. That's going to be a great game.
That's going to be a good game. But now you're saying West Peoria. Why would I want to go there? Well, it is a Saturday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so you're not at risk there.
Yeah.
So you'll be safe. So if you're from Urbana and thinking about not going to the game, trust me, you'll be fine. But that'll definitely be one to look out for. And then finish up the season, a senior night at home against Normal West, which will be our 3rd and final football broadcast, barring any changes. We will keep you up to date on that. Trying to convince Jason to let us broadcast the game against Central at Central, as a squib goes to Elijah Rogers again, and he'll take a knee. And Urbana will get the ball at their own 35-yard line to start this next series with 8:07 left in the second quarter. So we've gone through the schedule at this point. Dylan, this is your first year broadcasting a football game, so you're not too familiar with the teams.
Yep.
But I'll just let you know this conference is very tough. And for those people who aren't familiar with the Big 12, this is probably, in my opinion, the best football conference in the state of Illinois. Anyone who disagrees can hit me up because hashtag I want to argue. As Jacob Meeker throws it up to Mike Maboyo, and Mike Maboyo makes a great catch.
That's what we have to do. And we need to toss the ball.
We both agreed that we needed to take more deep shots, and Meeker right there takes a great shot to Mike Maboyo for a reception, and it goes all the way down to the Richie's 32-yard line. A nice pass and a nice connection to Mike Maboyo. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers, the biggest yardage play of the game so far to this point. Hopefully, I'm telling you, that blocked field goal might give us a little momentum as 1st and 10 here. As Chico Lipscomb lines up next to Jacob Meeker, and he'll take the snap with a rush coming, and he'll make a decently positive play out of that, considering the rush.
Yeah, that's okay.
Avoided the sack, and that'll be no gain, but it could have been a loss of 3. So positive play there for Meeker. I've noticed that on the passing plays, he does not have much time to get the ball out.
Yeah,
there's constant rush coming up at him. And
I'm telling you, this is like a big team, right? Like, maybe you can't tell from the TV, but this is a big team.
Yeah, they're a lot bigger than our offensive linemen. A swing pass goes out to Chico Lipscomb, and that's what we needed him to do, get it out in space, and he takes it down to the 35-yard line, back to what I thought was the original line of scrimmage, but apparently not, and it'll be about 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. This is, again, 4-down territory, I imagine, but you got to get some on this play. You can't get a loss or a gain of nothing on this play. That could really kill the drive. But as you said, Dylan, you might not be able to tell from watching, if you're watching on Facebook Live here tonight. Their team is a little bit bigger than ours at pretty much at every position.
Yeah.
As Meeker avoids the rush, takes a step up and throws, and it's caught for a touchdown! And that's a Tiger touchdown! Jacob Meeker, the pass to number 6. Number 5, Jerome Rao. And that's the first Tiger touchdown of the year, as that makes the lead 22-6 for Rich East, and a great pass.
That was a great toss,
Great toss by Jacob Meeker, and 2 large pass plays account for the majority of the yards on this drive. Meeker shows off the arm, and he puts up 6 for the Tigers as Stephen Thompson, our colleague, is out for the PAT. This should be fun to watch.
Yes, this should.
Because trust me, folks, if he misses this, he won't forget about it. And we have it on video. So, Vivek, make sure you get this. As a snap, it's up, and it's way off. And it's, by the way, it's way off. Way to the right. Not really close, but either way, it's an Urbana touchdown, the first of the year.
That should give us some momentum right there.
I mean, I might consider calling SportsCenter not top 10 after that one. Nah, I'm just messing with. That's Steven, our good buddy. I'm sure he's going to do the same to me this basketball season. But anyway, it's first Tiger touchdown of the year, and a couple of great throws by Jacob Meeker, and I would like to see that a little more often.
Yeah.
As we said, we need to challenge their defense, and it paid off on that drive. A great drive by the Tigers.
I think our wideouts are a lot quicker than their safeties and cornerbacks, so we should easily be taking advantage of that. And if you look at the way that they're playing defense, they're man marking they're not playing zone coverage, right? So if our wideouts are fast enough to cut, and Meeker has the arm as he's shown, so we got to keep it up with that.
And I'm glad you brought that up. I was told by Stephen Thompson this week that Rich East plays straight man-to-man. They don't play any zone. So the deep throws are going to be there. It's going to be single, and if you complete it, and let's say what just happened there, if the Rich East defender falls down, it's a touchdown.
Yeah,
there's nobody back there to help him.
Jerome Rao, as I've been watching this game, has been open majority of the time, and he's tall enough to get the ball.
Yeah, and he's athletic enough for his size, and as by there he makes a great catch for the touchdown. That's 2 plays in a row. For the 2 passing plays, a Rich East defender has slipped and fell.
Same with Michael Mboyo. He's also the same size, athletic as well. Both sides. We have great wideouts that Meeker can just toss the ball to. So
So I think we found the solution.
Yep.
We've cracked the Rich East defense as Jeremy Macharo set for the kickoff. And in a onside that goes out of bounds, Stephen Thompson with the left foot. It goes out of bounds. The onside attempt goes out of bounds, and that'll be a penalty, of course.
I think
Rich East will get the ball.
I think Coach Walker's seen that as well, how the passing game has been successful. So hopefully he continues with that and tries to prevent going down the middle on this big Rich East defense.
Yeah, Coach Walker's definitely picked that up on the plays, and he's talking to Jacob Meeker right now.
Yep.
I'm sure that's what they're talking about. The penalty for kicking the ball out of bounds was declined. As Steven did mention to me that would be a trick play where they'd line up him and Jeremy Macharo. And Macharo would run up to act like he was kicking the ball, and then Steven would run up and kick it the opposite way.
Yeah.
And it was a good plan. I mean, there was hardly anybody over there.
Just
it was
a little bit too hard.
Kicked a little bit too hard. So it goes unsuccessful, and Rich East will take over. 1st and 10 with 6:23 left. In the second quarter, Rich East 22, Tigers 6. So if you're just joining us, we did just score a touchdown. You missed it, fortunately. You can always rewind it on YouTube. But I'd like to say thank you to the viewers who are watching us on Facebook Live right now and on UPTV. Those two people out there, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm sure one of them is Joey. I'm just making a guess. I mean, I don't know. But glad you're tuning in with us here on Friday night at McKinley Field. Jeremy Lee takes over and ready for the snap here for Rich East. And this game will be uploaded on UPTV, Urbana Public Television. And will be airing Saturday, which is tomorrow, because today's Friday. And we'll be on live TV as Amani Brown. Not live TV, but Amani Brown takes the handoff, and it'll be a gain of about 3, maybe 4. Another good play by the Tigers' run defense. And the game will also be on YouTube, before mentioned. People are breaking out the blankets. See out here in the crowd. A little bit chilly.
And it's a little windy.
Gonna have to put on my sweatpants at halftime. But otherwise, it's pretty cool and brisk night for Urbana. Great night here in August. As Jeremy Lee hands it off to number 6.
Oh, we got to get him here.
Jerome Rouse trying to contain him, and
good job, Steven.
Steven makes the tackle, runs him out of bounds. And an Urbana player is down. Number, can't tell for a number from here. 72. 72, that would be Drayden Shelton is on the ground, shaking up a little bit. As the Tigers take a knee out of respect. He is down on the ground, and then the Tigers will head back over to the sideline. Rich East players also take a knee. It's good sportsmanship anytime you see that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some teams, don't pay any attention to that. Some teams do, and it's good to have good sportsmanship. The game always rewards good sportsmanship. As Shelton limps off the field, looks to be all right. We'll get a visit from our trainer. She's a good trainer. Had some experience with her, unfortunately. Not that she's bad, but I mean, you never want to see the trainer. I mean, that means you're hurt.
Was that in basketball season or baseball season?
Basketball season, but she doesn't come to the baseball games.
Oh,
which,
really?
Would think, she's supposed to come to athletic events, but she does not. She doesn't come to the baseball games. I don't know if she comes to the tennis games. Does she come to the tennis games? No, she doesn't. So
I highly doubt that a lot of people get injured in tennis.
Obviously, Carl doesn't care to send a trainer out to the tennis and baseball matches. As Jeremy Lee is the ball carrier, and he takes it out for a first down to the Tigers 35.
I'd assume the trainer went to baseball games. You get hit with the 80-mile-an-hour pitch and stuff.
Right. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, here's some ice. I mean,
walk it off.
Walk it off, man. Get back in there. You just got drilled by 85. You know what? And then you guys with tennis, I mean, you sprain an ankle. I mean.
Oh, I think Vivek has some experience with that.
I mean,
after his broken finger in tennis.
I mean, you got to have a trainer for that. I mean, Carl needs to get on that. I mean, they need to get somebody out there. Anyways, See, we like to go off topic here a little bit on these broadcasts. Lee
wow.
hands it off to number 1.
Number 4.
And number 4, and he is almost touchdown, but looks like his knee hit the ground at about 2-yard line, maybe the 3-yard line. That'll be first and goal for Rich East as another big running play for Rich East sends them down into scoring territory. They've had many of those tonight. A lot of big running plays. Still have not thrown a pass, which, you know, surprises me. At this point, I don't expect a pass from them. So that's what I would game plan, no passes. Stop the run. And I would imagine we'll see Amani Brown get some touches down here as he's had a touchdown already. Jeremy Lee has also scored a touchdown. And he gets the quarterback keeper, and he will come up short as the Tigers get a goal line stand. That'll be second and goal. That's good to see. You always like to see your defense step up down here. It's always good to have a good defense down in the goal line because, you know, giving up 3 points or 0 points is better than giving up 7.
Yep.
You can give up all the yards you want, but if you don't give up touchdowns, you're still a good defense.
Yep. And I don't think, like, the score reflects Urbana's, like, football team right now. I think we're playing pretty decent for our first game. And, like, there's, like, some unforced errors, you know, that we've made.
As Jeremy Lee jumps over the line for a touchdown, and that'll make it 28-6 here with 4:09 left in the second quarter. And it is a touchdown. Referee signals touchdown. That'll be his second touchdown. His first touchdown of the game. I said second earlier, but I think that's his first. And that'll be the 4th different player to score a touchdown for Rich East.
Wow.
So they've had numerous ball carriers scoring touchdowns as we'll get a PAT attempt here.
We'll see if it's
third
just
one
like
of the
Stevens.
game. Neither of the two have been successful. The first one was blocked, and then Steven missed his wide right. It looks like somebody
it's a fake.
And it's a fake. It looked like to be offsides, and he's just going to throw the ball out of bounds. Jeremy Lee will throw it out of bounds, but I think it was offsides. I think I saw a little bit of a jump.
Yeah, if it's offsides, they're going to go for 2 for sure.
For sure. Which would be unfortunate because that was a great containment. Good.
Yeah, we were ready to get him. I don't think he would have kicked it.
Sniffed out that trick play, which is a popular pick on Madden. That trick play where you run to the other opposite end zone with the placeholder, but
you got that right.
Here was unsuccessful, barring a penalty. We'll see here. See what the call is. I'm confused as to this point.
I thought it was offsides.
But it looks like they're backing up a bit. Let's hear the call.
That's good for us.
Nope, no call yet. And he's picking up his flag. Rich East is coming off the field. 2 fouls on the play.
Okay.
First penalty was folks who obviously can't hear that. First was there was a flag thrown, but there was no penalty. There were 7 people on the line, so the false flag, and then the second was obviously intentional grounding for throwing the ball out of bounds.
Yep.
So there will be no attempt, as we were wrong. There was no offsides, and we'll go back for the kickoff. You know, those 2 points might come down later, and it's good to always get those stops as we are down 28-6, 22 points. I'd like to see a score here before the half. I think if we can milk this clock and score right before the half.
I think we'll come in with a lot of momentum, honestly.
If we can do that, I think that'll really give us momentum for a good second half.
Yeah, if we score with the 2-point conversion, we'll only be down 14. I think we can easily just come back from that.
And we're set to get the ball to start the second half, so if we play this right, we could rattle off 14 straight points.
I don't think we've stopped Rich East on a drive yet. We're just going to stop them once, and I think
we haven't stopped them.
That'll just give us momentum to keep stopping them, but we just need to do it once.
That's a great point. We haven't stopped them yet. That's a great point. And I think we would agree on this that Rich East, Urbana needs to attack through the air again.
Yeah, for sure. I think we just got to get Meeker more involved, honestly.
Meeker throwing more deep passes as 2 worked on the last Urbana drive and led to a touchdown. Nice touchdown pass to Jerome Rao and a squib kick again to Elijah Rogers, and this time he's going to take off and run.
Hold the ball.
And he gets gang tackled, and Urbana will take over at their own 44-yard line with 4 minutes and 4 seconds left in the second quarter. And I don't know what Vivek's doing, but you know, he seems cold. He looks pretty cold. He's probably looking forward to the halftime where we get to go and sit in the press box and, you know, relax for a little bit. This is Vivek's first night on the camera. He's doing a pretty good job, it seems. Completely volunteer, so if you know Vivek, tell him thank you for volunteering at the camera. This is his free time. He's not in our journalism class, so he's doing a good thing, and we really appreciate it. As Meeker takes a sack. We'll go back to the Tigers' 35-yard line.
Completely changed their defense, just noticing how Meeker can throw. As you can see, they try to play more zone right there.
As number 51 is down for Rich Easton. He looks like he's in some pain. And Urbana will take a knee, and the Rich East players will also take a knee.
Looks like our marching band's getting ready for their halftime performance.
As they always do a great job at halftime.
Is Urbana going to be performing at Memorial Stadium? Do you know that, Miller?
I believe they will be. I mean, wherever we go, the band, well, besides road games.
Well, that's incredible.
I mean, I think that would be a great opportunity for them, you know, with those who would like to pursue marching band at maybe Illinois. I know a couple of people in the marching band who would love to be a part of that, the Marching Illini. And I know a couple from last year's marching band that went on to be in the Marching Illini.
Oh, wow.
And actually, I think that's part of the deal, because last year the Fighting Marching Band came here.
Oh, really?
And played with our band and played at halftime here.
Well,
so that was a great treat.
Yeah.
And maybe we're going to return the favor by playing with them at their stadium. I don't know. But Meeker takes the snap, and it's a pitch.
Oh.
And it's a pitch to that could be Stephen Thompson.
No, Stephen
That's
Thompson.
Stephen Thompson, his first career carry. Stephen Thompson.
He's never played offense before?
Not to my knowing, he has not played offense here at Urbana. His first career carry goes for a gain of 9. Positive spark plug on the offense, Stephen Thompson. As it'll be 3rd and 11.
We got to keep feeding Stephen then.
I mean, yeah, don't fix it if it ain't broke.
You see Richie's defense now. They're playing more deep
Yeah,
to
they
avoid
are.
the big ball that Meeker can throw.
And it's another pitch to Stephen.
Come on, Stephen.
Oh, and he shakes off a tackle and then gets tackled for no gain. But Stephen, you know, this could be a good situation for him. I mean, he's a little guy, but he's muscular.
Oh, he's
tough.
guy.
He can be tough to bring down. He reminds me a lot of Meach, or Demetri Turner-Winston, those familiar, who played last year. He was a complimentary back. He was a great, I thought, he should have gotten more touches last year, but he was a good running back option. He scored a couple of touchdowns for the Tigers last year. One of my personal favorite players on the Urbana. He's an electric player on kickoffs and on running plays. So good to see that. And wish the best of luck to him after he graduated last year. One of the many seniors to leave. A.J. Fox, starting middle linebacker from last year's squad. Jake Luffman, one of the captains, center and defensive player. Brandon Smith, Chernow Hartfield, just to name a few.
Those are all pretty big players.
Jeremy Rumsey. I mean, we had a lot of senior class members leave, and it was a good senior class, and they laid their ground and did their part in trying to change the culture here of Urbana football, which has kind of gone downhill since our 2012 playoff appearance, but it's slowly on the uptick.
Yeah.
Get the feeling that it's slowly on the rise. As 4th and 10, we're going to see a punt here from Elijah Rogers will punt for Urbana. 2:48 left to go in the first half, and the punt is away, and it is a decent one as it'll bounce, and bounce, and bounce, and down all the way to the 17-yard line. A good punt by Elijah Rogers,
punt.
Which is what you want. You want a punt. Doesn't have to be super high and super deep. As long as you get it so that it rolls, that'll work. Good punt coverage by special teams. Urbana's special teams has actually played pretty well tonight. I mean, after the first play where we recovered that squib kick, that was good, and then we blocked a field goal, PAT attempt. Had a couple of good punts. Special teams has been the best unit by far tonight.
I think so. Well,
and special teams has always been good here at Urbana, especially with kickoff returns. It's always been good.
Well, you know, an exception for that one PAT, but like other than that, yeah.
Exception for that, right?
Other than that, it's been pretty solid.
Glad you brought that up. I almost forgot. As the Jeremy Lee, and looks like he's
fine.
Oh, maybe.
There we go.
That was a good play by the defense. It looked like he was trying to pass.
I think for the first time.
For the first
today.
time, maybe in his career. But no pass. Good play by the Urbana defense. And they were ready for it. Loss of 4 on the play. 2nd and 14. As we about to go under 2 minutes here in the first half, which compared to a traditional football game, the 2 minutes in high school go a lot quicker. So you got to be way more prepared, and you got to be a lot quicker because there aren't as many stoppages, and it's not as sophisticated. So you got to be quick. Teams that can do that really thrive in the 2 minutes, and teams that don't, it's tough for them. Rich East takes a timeout. So I think I see Jacob Meeker on defense.
Oh, wow.
Haven't seen that. I mean, a lot of people got to play defense for this Tigers team. We don't have really the numbers of a normal team. So a lot of people got to play. A lot of people who play offense play defense, and vice versa. So it's not surprising. A lot of first tonight. First carry for Steven. Maybe we'll get a first tackle from Jacob Meeker. I missed it. Did the cheerleaders do push-ups?
I don't think so.
Man, disappointment.
What do they usually do?
They usually do the number of push-ups for how many points we have. They're skipping out on their 6 push-ups.
6 push-ups. That's essential.
I mean, that was a thing. I mean, they did that every time we scored. I mean, we might not score very often sometimes, but when we did, they did their push-ups, and it's disappointing to see that they didn't do their push-ups. I'm really disappointed. Anyway, they're still doing a great job. Amani Brown takes the handoff as the quarterback, and he'll hand it off to number 6. And another good tackle from Jerome Rowell, who's played a good defensive game. We've called his name a couple of times.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of tackles on defense, and he's got a touchdown catch. So good first half for him so far, but that's few and far between as we are down 28-6. As the snap goes to Amani Brown again. Number 1 takes the handoff, and he is stopped for a loss. Another tackle by Jerome Rowell.
I think they're going to punt it here.
Really good defense.
Number 4, he's down.
And another injury for Rich East.
That's a key player right there.
I keep saying number 1, but it's actually number 4. And he is shaken up a bit.
He's played a pretty good game today.
We'll take another knee. So this past week, even today, the other day I had the privilege to interview Coach Walker. As I mentioned earlier, talked about a few things. He described the atmosphere tonight, which his description of what he thought the atmosphere was going to look like was pretty accurate. The band did show up. And there is a good crowd here because as this is the first week of school, crowd is pretty good for the first home football game. So his description of the atmosphere was pretty spot on, as we're going to get a timeout. We also talked about key players to watch, and mentioned some of those names earlier too: Chico Lipscomb, Mike Maboyo, Jerome Rao, Stephen Thompson, Michael Monreal, Jeremy Macharo, who's one of the team captains, I believe.
Yep.
And we also talked about the upcoming, what he's looking forward to on the schedule. And per usual, the crosstown rivalry games are always the headlines of the season. And we'll be at Central this year and home against Centennial. And then earlier today on the football field, right a couple hours before game time, I had interviewed Stephen Thompson, number 30 on defense, as you can see. Smaller guy, probably the shortest guy on the field right now. Probably, yeah.
But he's big.
Yeah, he is very
muscular. For his size.
He is pretty muscular for his size. We talked about what he thought how the game was going to go today, and he felt it was going to go pretty well. And that's a bad punt.
Oh, this could be good for Urbana right here.
That's
good stop.
Did roll a little bit, but
know.
It's down to the 30-yard line. But that's in striking distance for Urbana to throw.
That was our first stop.
Your favorite play? What's your favorite play?
So far, I think we just got to cut more. I think we just got to do slant routes right now because this defense, they're top heavy, right? So their D-line's very strong, but I really don't think that their cornerbacks or safeties are quicker or like as athletically gifted as our wideouts that we have. So
yeah, I agree. And that's the first time we stopped Rich East.
Unfortunately, with only 41 seconds left. So.
And with 41 seconds, I think
we could do a lot with 41 seconds.
Might have a couple of. We don't have any timeouts left, so if you're going to pass it over the middle field, you got to be sure you can get up there quick. But I wouldn't mind taking a couple shots in the end zone. You're at the 30-yard line. It's not that far. You can take a couple of shots at the end zone, which I think is.
Got to get out of trouble. That's fine.
And that's an incomplete pass. Good job by Meeker to get it off. But the O-line's got to hold up. Got to give the chance guys to get down there for a chance to throw it up. The O-line has been a little not great tonight. They've had their moments, but pressure's been up there.
What they need to do is just maybe run the ball out, get some yards here and there, but just make sure that you don't run out of time because we don't want to go for the field goal.
And Rich East is definitely playing more of a...
Oh, unfortunate.
Dropped by Mike Maboyo. It's going to be holding on the offense for the penalty flag. So if he would have caught that anyway, that wouldn't have mattered. As Rich East is playing more of a zone, dropping more back into coverage, knowing that with 30 seconds left,
we're just going to toss it.
And
I think here we just got to toss for the first down.
Right, 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Or just, run it, call at the end of the half.
You could do that, yeah, for sure. You don't want to risk a pick six here.
That was a holding penalty on Levante Pelmore, number 52. 2nd and 25 from the 45 with 29 seconds to go. See what Urbana chooses to do here, and they're going to throw a quick pass to Mike Maboyo. He catches it, and he'll turn up the sideline and get out of bounds for a gain of about 10, as it'll be 3rd down and about 15. Third and 15. And see, that he was good at get out of bounds. That only took about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Here I'd probably maybe do another intermediate route, short route, and then if you don't get the first down, take a shot at the end zone. Why not? There's 24 seconds left.
And I don't think Richie's can just run at that. I don't think they can do that. But
we hope not.
Yeah, they've had some pretty good runs out here.
Another short pass to Mike Maboyo, and he'll step out of bounds to the 30-yard line. Gain of 5, and it'll be 4th and 10.
I think here, shoot for the first down. I think we can make the first down, and then eventually go for the end zone. But
4th and 10. At least got to get it past the first down marker.
We could test.
If not, take the end zone.
Yeah, we could test Meeker's arm right here, but
got to imagine Rich East is going to drop almost everybody they have into coverage. Almost an offside. 19.5 seconds left to go in the half. Down 28-6, Urbana. Meeker takes the snap. He looks left. Throwing left. Deep, and it's caught.
What a catch.
But there's only 13
Spike.
seconds left. They got to get up there. They got to get up to the line. There's only 13 seconds left.
Why'd the clock stop?
Stephen Thompson with the reception. Gain of 20 on the play, and there's 13 seconds left. Clock stopped with the first down. So it should be starting up again soon. Timeout, Rich Easter.
What a
last
catch
of the
by
half.
Steven.
Nice catch by Steven. I tell you, he could be a good key playmaker on offense this year. I mean, that's a great reception.
He has athleticism.
Nice catch in traffic. Good hands right there. Maybe it was the gloves, but, good catch in traffic right there.
With 2 people on him, especially.
4th and 10, a nice catch. He's had a couple of good running plays, and this really sets up a shot at the end zone at the 10-yard line.
I think we need this.
Probably got 2 chances here, as long as you don't, pass it and you get tackled before the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
But this is very similar to that game against Central, home game last year, where we were down with the end of the game on the line, and we made it to the. It was near the goal line, within the 10-yard line. Touchdown would have won the game, and we ran out of time. And Meeker decided to throw or spike it, or some kind of play happened, and that ended up being a penalty or something, and it ended the game. So it was a mistake, and maybe we'll learn from that here, which a touchdown would be crucial going into the half, as we have deferred to the second half when we will receive the opening kickoff. But a touchdown here would be tremendous, as Meeker takes a snap, looks right, and he is sacked.
It's a hard hit.
And that'll most definitely be the end of the half, sacked by number 56.
It's unlucky.
22,
it's unlucky.
Not 56.
Yeah, that's the end of the half.
That'll be the end of the half. And that was unfortunate. Good drive by Urbana. Nice catch by Stephen Thompson, but again, result in nothing. As we had 2 drives in the first half. First drive of the game and the last drive of the game. I mean, first drive of the half and last drive in the half. That we're close to the end zone, but came nothing. So as we go to the half with the marching band ready to set to perform, and the team's going back to the locker room, 28-6, Rich East. We'll be back for the second half here on Tigers Media Network. Back here for the second half on the Tigers Media Network for the second half of this opening football game in Urbana at McKinley Field. As we return, it's 28-6, Rich East over Urbana as the kickoff comes, and it's another squib to Elijah Rogers. Said that more than once tonight as he returns it. Good return. And the Urbana offense will start at their own 44-yard line. Long halftime break. Good performance by the marching band, as they always do a great job. I have moved on to sweatpants. We're ready to rock and roll here for the second half. Urbana comeback. I'm predicting a couple of Tiger touchdowns. I'm hoping for a couple more tonight. It's always good to have a couple of Tiger touchdowns. And Dylan, what are you looking forward to in the second half? How do we get back in this one?
I'm going to continue with just tossing the ball. I don't think we can run on this team, but we can sure toss it. As you can see, like that one touchdown that we scored, it was off of 2 pass plays. Yeah, 2 pass plays. Right there, see?
And that pass is complete to Elijah Rogers, and it'll be for a gain of about 2. Second and 7 here for the Tigers as we start the second half. Meeker takes the option, runs left, cuts back.
Oh, good cut.
A couple of good moves, good cutbacks for Jacob Meeker. It'll be a gain of about 3, maybe 4. It'll be third and about 2, 3rd and 3. For the Tigers here on their opening drive of the second half. Looking to score some points. We only have 6 points on the board. First half really summarized by missed opportunities by the Tigers on their first possession and last possession of the half. Key chances to score, and another Rich East player hurt, number 22. I believe we called his number before. Number
Deshaun White.
Malik Williams. Deshaun White, 22. We'll go off the real roster sheet. He limps off the field. Hope the best for him. But the Tigers did find success in a couple of long passes on their only touchdown drive, so let's see if they try to get back to that. As Meeker fumbles a snap, still pitches it over to Chico Lipscomb in a great recovery for a play that could have gone nowhere. And it'll be 4th down. Loss of 5. 4th and 7, and we're going to see a punt here by Elijah Rogers to open this half. Not the start the Tigers wanted. Defense, hopefully they talked it over in the locker room. Defensive strategies and how to stop this Rich East offense. We've only managed to stop them one time. Scored on 4 out of 5 possessions, and they've done a great job of milking the clock. They pound the ball with their ground attack.
Oh.
And a fumble.
It's loose.
It's loose. Muff punt. And
see if Steven got it. Nope.
And it'll be Rich East ball. Close. Stephen Thompson again in there on trying to recover a fumble, but comes up unsuccessful. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Rich East on their own 26-yard line. But back to what I was talking about. There is no foul on the play, by the way. Urbana's got to get back to playing good D, stopping the run. That's going to be the key of the second half. If they can't stop the run, this game will not end well, and it'll end up in a loss. So they got to stop the run. That's one thing they got to commit to doing, and they have to do it. It's a run on the first play for number 6. It'll be a gain of about 4. Levante Johnson, I think I heard. Again, our crew tonight is Dylan Patel, Vivek Ekarala, and Miller Calhoun, which is myself. Jason Liggett, the manager of all this catastrophe. This what we're trying to call a broadcast, but no, we're doing a good job, I think. I don't know. Not going to be the judge of that. Was Tigers defense? Oh, penalty. There was a penalty on the play. So it'll be 1st and 10 from Rich East's 36-yard line. As Jeremy Lee, see him back at quarterback. We did not see him to end the first half, and Amani Brown was at quarterback, but he's back at quarterback, and he takes the snap and he runs to the left, and he'll pick about 3. Spencer Walden, maybe he'll make an appearance up here.
I asked him.
As marching band is not up here, maybe he'll come on up here, maybe not. Don't know. He will be joining us in some of our winter broadcasts, maybe some fall broadcasts, maybe a volleyball broadcast he might chime in on. But he is currently unavailable due to marching band. There's Jeremy Lee is about ready to take the snap. Takes the snap, hands off to Amani Brown, who saw a lot in the first half, and he is like a steam locomotive running down the tracks, and he picks up the first down. Tackled by Elijah Rogers, who we've heard a lot tonight, the junior. As this is what they're going to do. Rich East is going to milk down the clock, be methodical, and get points. Urbana's going to have to try to find some way to stop that. They came up with a strategy in the locker room. Let's see if it works out. Cheerleaders are still fired up.
That's good.
I see they had a good halftime break. As number 34 takes the handoff, and another first down for Rich East. on another running play. Again, if you're just tuning in, Rich East has not thrown a pass yet. They've almost attempted one, but at the same time they didn't throw it, so I guess that doesn't count. So they have not thrown a pass yet. They have been strictly run, and like they used to say, why fix it if it ain't broke, or something like that. Probably butchered that, but you get the point. Their ground attack has been successful all night, and that's what they've been turning to, and that's what they're going to keep doing. As me and Dylan have brought up multiple times, you might not be able to tell, but their team is bigger. They have some bigger players, and with that, that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to be trying to be physical, and they're going to try to ground and pound, as we would say back in the old days.
Need a big stop here. We need to push Richie's back. If they score another one, then it's going to be tough to come back in this game. But
one person I'm sure who needs this, well, obviously he would like to see this turnaround is Coach Walker. Coach Walker, the head football coach for Urbana, had a previous history with Rich East. As I found out this week, he was a former coach at a school in Rich East's conference. I believe it's something Warren. I know Warren was definitely the name, but he was a coach in their conference. Last time he coached in the state of Illinois before coming to Urbana, his team lost in a playoff game to Rich East. So
wow.
That's the last time. He does have some coaching experience with Rich East, and he told me he was looking forward to this one and trying to get that revenge. And it's not going as he hoped it would be, but still time. I mean, 7:30 left in the third quarter, down 28-6. Still time to get this thing turned around. And I know he wants a victory, as much as the players do. Previous encounters with Rich East before he went off to coach college football. Getting a little bit chilly out here. Many people have covered up layers. No, Dylan's sniffling a little bit.
Yep.
If you hear that on the mic, that's him sniffling. So don't think that's some strange noise. That's him sniffling. That's not the wind. The wind's cooled down a bit. I mean, it's still windy, but a brisk night, and we have an injury for the Tigers. It's going to take an injury timeout here. I can't tell number, but let's see. 20, 25?
25.
Patrick Jordan. That can't be right. I thought he was injured. Anyway, an injured player for the Tigers. Knees are again taken. Maybe 35. Regardless. Nope, that's definitely 25. So I was correct with that assumption. Looks like he's going to be sat on the bleachers. Maybe he'll be okay. Hopefully he'll be okay. As Jeremy Lee gets ready to take the snap, and he'll hand it off, as he's done many times tonight. And number
18.
18, that's a new number. Takes the ball and carries it. First and 10. That'll be good enough for another Rich East first down. They have had a lot of those tonight, and they have consistently substituted running backs. They've equally spread out some touches. I mean, Amani Brown's probably dominated the touches at the running back spot. They have definitely spread it out for who's been touching the ball. Again, we've said 4 different people have scored for Urbana tonight. I mean, for Rich East tonight. 4 different people have scored a touchdown. Pretty remarkable. I think this game is actually a lot closer than the score
indicates.
Score indicates. I mean, the Urbana's had some opportunities to put some more points on the board, just unsuccessful. And Rich East has only had the ball five times, this being number 6. They've scored 4 out of 5 times.
Yep.
But this game is definitely not as, it's 22 points. 22 points is not a lot in high school football. But with this current drive for Rich East, they are getting down the field at a good rate. It's another first down for them. Ball at the 13-yard line. Tonight, the first game of Urbana football officially marks the beginning of football season in my book, and this is a new ball carrier. And even big, if you know, I couldn't think of any running back as big as Amani Brown, but you know they apparently have one on their own team, number 17.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get his name right.
Malachi Warner.
Malachi Warner, handoff, who's the biggest running back I've ever seen in high school football. Gain of 6 on his first carry of the night. I'm saying this officially marks the beginning of football season for me. College football starting in a week. The pros starting in a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people around America are looking forward to that, as America is still the most popular sport, even though neither of us will agree with that, as football is not our favorite sport. But we do love football, and that's why we're here today. As Dylan is a avid soccer fan.
Yep, of course.
I'm an avid basketball, baseball fan. But football, I've always had a passion for watching football. I've always loved football. Growing up in America, that's you know the thing. You know, football Sundays. So this is the officially start of that time of year. Going into the fall with the leaves changing, getting a little bit colder. That's why we love football. First and goal for Rich East. Malachi Warner takes the pitches it to number 6. He bounces outside.
Ooh.
And gets slammed to the ground by Chico Lipscomb. It'll be second and goal. And for some more facts around the area, this is move-in weekend for the University of Illinois. People moving in, getting ready to start school on Monday.
Ooh.
So a lot of people in town this weekend. Probably not the best weekend to go out if you're looking to go out and eat. A lot of people
A lot of
busy,
families, yeah.
A lot of families. Looks like there's going to be a fall start. Just maybe why the Sweet Corn Festival is quote-unquote bussing. Because, you know, more families are in town and people are looking for something to do on their Saturday night. So head down to the Sweet Corn Festival and listen to some great variety of music. I've been told that for some there's some rap artists.
Like who?
You know, their names might be a little too inappropriate to say on our air. So I'm going to keep that. You can look that up for yourself. There's always good rock and roll artists, you know. If you like that. Like some jazz, you know, there's always that. The marching band will be playing at the Sweet Corn Festival, yeah.
I think you'll see a couple sports teams there from Urbana, like picking up trash and stuff.
Yeah, that's always straight out of football.
Oh, there we go.
And that'll be Urbana's football.
See, that's what we needed right here.
The Sweet Corn Festival talk leads to a Tiger turnover.
Rich East.
Rich East turnover. Tigers recover, so works out. And a fumble, and we recover after that long drive by Rich East. It results in 0 points and another opportunity for the Tigers to try to get back in this thing. Looking to put points on the board. Missed opportunity so far. Maybe this is their chance to get back in it. Be good for this crowd. Give some
little hope.
A little hope. You know? Maybe
still a pretty solid crowd, even for the scorers. Just a lot of people staying out here watching the game, even in the cold.
Force people to stick around a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Maybe get people off their phones. Put your phones away. Look up at the field where the game is and stop watching TV shows. I'm talking about this woman in the front. But that's none of my business. I'm going to focus on the football game, and as Jacob Meeker takes a snap and throws it out to Mike Maboyo, who makes a diving catch. Be for about a gain of 3. That's Mike Maboyo's fourth catch of the game. 5th catch of the game. He does have some reliable hands. He's a 3-year varsity player.
A very solid player.
Very solid player. Big contributor to the offense last year.
Yep.
Had a decent sophomore season with quarterback Tyler Kybers. Last year with Jacob Meeker, now second year with Jacob Meeker. And it'll go back to Mike Maboya. He'll make another catch, and it'll go up to the 15-yard line for a gain of 3 more. And it'll be 3rd and 4. Crucial 3rd down coming up here with definitely not 4th down territory this far deep into Rich East territory. It's going to be a crucial play right here to try and keep this drive going with 3:25 left to go in the 3rd quarter with the score Rich East 28, Urbana 6. Probably expect a pass here. Maybe he'll run. You don't know. It's been pretty balanced tonight for the Tigers. Here comes the snap to Jacob Meeker, and he'll pitch it to Jerome Rowell, and that'll be good enough for a 1st down. Another Tigers first down. Another good decision by Jacob Meeker on the pitch. Jerome Rowell is hurt, and that is not a good sign. Jerome Rowell hurt is not a good sign. He has been a key contributor on offense tonight. He has had a great game on both sides of the ball. That's unfortunate to see. He looks shaken up, and he is limping off the field. That's real. That could be a big hit to the Tigers. He has been great on defense, especially with his plays from the outside linebacker spot. And he's had a touchdown catch tonight, so he's been a key contributor. But that leaves the door open for Steven Thompson. Get back on the offensive side of the ball after his nice catch in the 1st half to keep a drive alive late in the half. Rich East still in there man-to-man. Shifting, doing some stunts. And
get to the ball, get to the ball.
That's a fumble.
I think recovered by Urbana.
Signal. And it looks to be
Rich East ball.
Rich East football.
That's unfortunate.
That might be the change of the game right there. Gives the football back to Rich East in their own territory on the 16-yard line. Fumbled snap. And it'll be Rich East ball, looking to capitalize on another turnover. Tigers know that was crucial, and that was not good. I would say if Rich East, with the way the Tigers' offense has been going tonight, if Rich East manages to score right here, that pretty much seals the deal, barring a ginormous comeback.
Yeah.
But Tigers' offense just has not been very successful here tonight. False start by Rich East. Movement on the line. That'll put him back 5 yards, 1st and 15 from the 21-yard line. Another false start. That'll set them back 5 more. Be 1st and 20 from the 26-yard line. This is looking good for Urbana. And the head coach for Rich East is not very happy as he is onto the field, and he is all the way pretty much in the middle of the field. Don't know how. Oh, he's called a timeout. That explains why.
Yeah.
I don't think you could
be out there in the middle of the field.
Be out there that far when there's no timeout. So. Stopping the action here for a timeout.
If we're cold up here, imagine how cold those cheerleaders must be. Must be freezing.
That's why they keep it moving, man.
Yep.
They try to do as many flips and stunts and clap and moving their hands. That's why the push-ups worked, man.
Gotta go back to the push-ups.
keep the blood flow going. Keep you warm. Build those muscles up,
Yeah.
That can't hurt. Especially, since they got to lift them up and stuff,
Yeah,
they got
to do those push-ups.
Right. I mean, the push-ups are going to help you with that.
Maybe on like a game where we score 30, that's different.
I mean that would be. There was a game last year where we scored about almost 30 points against Peoria Notre Dame.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they cranked out 30 push-ups?
Not in a row.
Okay.
I'll tell you that much. As the running play gets them almost back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be second down. No, they didn't do 30 push-ups in a row, but that was a good night. That was the night we had about 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns.
Oh, wow.
Memorable. So, and now we get an offside on the defense. So that'll be 5 free yards for Rich East, make it 2nd and 5. So we've gone from 1st and 20 with two false starts, now to 2nd and 5 after a gain of 10 and a encroachment penalty.
Looks like the student section shifted a little.
Yeah, they're not really focused on the game.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But you know what?
At least they're out here.
At least they're here, you know. Number 6 takes the ball almost to the first down marker. Looks like they'll give him a first down, and it'll be 1st and goal for Rich East. No, at least they're here, you know. I mean, can't really blame them. It's been a rough night for the Tigers, 28-6, not much offense. Rough to watch. Defense has been a little bit better second half. Offense has struggled to move the ball consistently.
Yeah.
They've had some great offensive drives with some great plays. Haven't been able to put it all together. But if they can do that in the 4th quarter, regardless of the score, that's always good to get it going for next week. As if that's going to be a touchdown.
Rich East touchdown.
Rich East Rocket touchdown for number 6.
Number 5. Oh.
And that means the score is now 34. Rich East to Urbana 6. With, it looks like,
I think they will be going for 2.
Going for 2.
Smart plan. I don't think any PATs have worked thus far.
Nobody's made a PAT yet. Nobody's been close to making a PAT yet, so might as well just go for 2. What the heck? Worst thing to do is not make it. I mean, 2 points is better than 1.
Yeah.
And you're not going to make PAT, so might as well go for 2. And Amani Brown strolls in untouched. It's now 36-6.
Both teams, I don't think they really have a designated kicker, unlike many other teams in our conference, such as Danville last year.
No. Urbana's really never had it. Ever since Walter left, Urbana really hasn't ever had a designated kicker. Last year, there was
Artem Burnett.
Artem almost was the kicker for the football team.
He's been a really solid kicker.
Yeah, but then you know he made the right decision on it, going back to soccer.
Great keeper.
I mean, he wouldn't have been nearly as much worth as in football as he would have been in soccer.
He could kick 60s. He was a very talented kicker, but he's just a very talented athlete in general.
Now I'd like to point out that the News-Gazette made an error this past week that they said that look out for Artem Burnett for the Urbana soccer. He has graduated.
Yeah.
So if you want to come to Urbana soccer game, don't look for Artem Burnett because he's not here.
He is not the keeper this year.
So, you know, because he was a great keeper now.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
That definitely was a player that you would come out to watch.
Yes, exactly. So if you're coming out to watch him, he's not there.
Yeah.
I'm saving you.
You're going to watch another keeper in there.
And that's another thing I want to talk about with Coach Blackman retiring last year. He was a huge member of the Urbana soccer team program, building it all the way up. Really the only soccer coach Urbana has known for the past 30 years. And he retired last year. He's got Blackman Field right behind us, named to him. And in his final season, they made the sectional championship and lost to Springfield.
Unfortunate loss.
Springfield, and it was a great season. Now with the new coach, the soccer program's changing in a different direction. Looking for the same results, though. I mean, the soccer team has been consistently probably the best sports team program here at the high school. So the soccer team has been doing something right, and hopefully they can continue that this year. They lost a lot of key pieces. It's like News-Gazette Player of the Year, Bennett Anderson, Artem Burnett, Magnus Parente,
even Pablo
Diaz, who transferred to Central, just to name a few. I mean,
yeah,
soccer team took a big hit, but they're looking to have another great season. As Elijah Rogers catches the squib yet again. I don't understand why they kick it to him every time. Is that like a design thing?
He's catching it. Like, it's not like he has bad hands.
Do you think that's a design thing, or do you think that?
I don't think he's whiffing it. I think he knows where he's kicking it. I think they practiced it before. Maybe if they get the squib kick right, they're there quicker. I don't know.
So Urbana will have the ball again, looking to move the ball, looking to hopefully score another Tiger touchdown.
You know, get this crowd more involved.
We got to start making an arrangement for what we're going to do every time Tigers score a touchdow, Tiger touchdowns. We got to make an arrangement for this. I don't know what we're going to do. We've got to come up with something because we only have at maximum a minimum 2 broadcasts left. As Meeker takes the ball,
good run,
carries it up over the 50-yard line and into Richie's territory for a gain of 9. Probably the best run for Meeker all night.
For sure.
Another good carry. He's made some good decisions tonight. He hasn't made any crucial errors. He hasn't thrown any interceptions. He has fumbled a snap, which both sides have fumbled snaps tonight. He hasn't thrown any interceptions, which was a problem at times last year. Here he is back to pass, and he is going to avoid the rush and lose the ball again. And Chico loses the ball, and
we're covered by
hot potato out there.
Rich East.
It's going to be
Urbana
football. Somebody hopped onto that. Good job by number 74. Brandon Simmons to hop on that ball after it's squirted and caromed away from Chico and Jacob Meeker. It looks like Jacob Meeker has gone off the field. So we're going to have a new quarterback for this play.
Who's our quarterback?
And that'll be the end of the third quarter as we end the third quarter with Rich East leading Urbana 36-6. With Urbana possessing the football, second and 17 on their own 35-yard line. Some other sports programs I want to mention for fall sports. We have girls volleyball, looking to have a good season. Last year was another season for them where they had an average season, fill out in the first or second round of regionals. They're looking to have a better season this year, led by Coach Erica Menig. So they're looking to have a good season. The volleyball team, always consistent, always gets good crowds out to the volleyball games. And newly renovated Oscar Adams Gymnasium, haven't been able to have any activities on it yet. It is still closed down.
Hopefully
still repairing it. Hopefully
it'll
be ready next week for some volleyball games, and that'll be great. We are broadcasting a volleyball game. So the upcoming broadcasting schedule, just to let you know about that, we are broadcasting 2 more home football games, not next week. We are broadcasting homecoming against Centennial on September 28th and senior night against Normal West on October 9th.
Ooh, who's this quarterback?
Pass is incomplete. Elijah Rogers now into play quarterback, and there's a flag on the play from the back referee. This might be roughing the passer.
He's got a nice arm.
As Meeker is being attended to on the sideline. Roughing the passer. 15-yard penalty, and it'll be a first down for Urbana, which after 3rd and 17 is a great result. Into a first down after a roughing the passer penalties. To continue for our upcoming broadcast, we are doing 1 volleyball broadcast and 1 soccer broadcast, plus 2 more home football games, and that's right now all we have on the schedule. To be determined, we could add some more events, but pretty light on the broadcasting events this year for the fall schedule.
Oh, as soon as he gets back in,
Meeker
blitz right there,
taking a hard hit on the blitz. I've seen a lot of blitzes from Rich East tonight. They've really, they've done their homework and realized that the offensive line is not a strong point of the Urbana offense, and they like to pressure and get after the quarterback, and they've been doing that tonight, which Meeker has not had probably enough time as he wanted in the pocket. And I also see Jerome Rao back on the field. He was
That's good.
taken out earlier for injury purposes, and he's back out. It's a good sign to see. Stephen Thompson motion in the backfield. And that'll be a timeout, Coach Walker. $11-12 left here in the fourth quarter. Rich East up by 30, 36-6. A cool night here in Urbana, McKinley Field. Some weekend events here if you're looking for something to watch on TV. Great time of year for some baseball. Tight wild card races. Both the National League, really good teams in the American League. Boston up over 90 wins, and one of the best seasons in a while for a major league team. We like baseball. Time of year to tune in. It's almost September. Like I said, football doesn't start for another week, so you're going to have to wait for that.
But it's going to be a great year for football.
You got some WNBA playoffs if you like women's basketball. You know, movies. Great time of year to be outside, though. I mean, you know, weather's cool. Still get long nights. Still summer. Summer's not over yet. Pool doesn't close until next weekend. As Meeker fumbles another snap, and he's going to sit on it. That's the second snap fumbled by Meeker. We've always seemed to have problems with snapping. You know, there's something always difficult. You know, we can't catch the ball. Snaps have been bad. We've had a problem with that in the past. And it sets us back far, and it's not good. So now it's 3rd and 20.
Can you see if I can get some? Oh, it's a incomplete pass by Meeker to number 8.
Number 8, Chico Lipscomb. That'll bring up 4th and 20. And we're going to definitely see a punt here.
Solid punt right there.
Solid punt by Elijah Rogers. Good bounce.
Yep.
And it'll
pretty
roll
deep,
down
yeah.
to the 20-yard line. That's where Rich East will take over with 10:21 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Now, I hate to mention this, but this is the first time in a while that an Urbana football game has not had a running clock in the fourth quarter. Last year we had a ton of those. Again, the clock does run if you're up by more than 30 points at halftime. We're up by 30 points now, but it was not halftime when they were up by 30 points. So if you're up by more than 30 points at halftime, clock runs in the second half. So which happened a lot last year. And the game we won, it did not reach the fourth quarter, so the clock did not have a chance to run.
So it should be running right now? Unless the rules changed.
They might have to score one more time for the clock to be running. But that's an accomplishment in itself. To play a full game is an accomplishment. For last year, had a lot of running clocks, and it's good to always have a full game. More reps, better you get. It's a nice tackle by number 8, Chico Lipscomb. Still have not seen a pass from Rich East.
See what they do here.
Can't imagine they're going to throw it now.
Yeah, I don't think so. Ooh, it's a big hit.
There's going to be a flag on the play.
For sure.
Holding on the offense.
There we go.
That'll set him back 10 yards. So right now on our Facebook Live, we have one viewer. And I'm happy to tell that one viewer, thank you for viewing this game.
I want to give you a shout out right there.
I want to give you a nice shout out as a ball carrier takes it up to the 20-yard line for a gain of about 7. You know, wish we could reply to the comments, but we do not have that capability as we are using that phone to record, so we cannot reply to the comments. It is on a tripod type camera thingy. Now we have 2 viewers, so that's doubled in a matter of seconds. So
there we go.
I mean, keep going,
We're
guys.
cranking them out.
We want more viewers. I mean, we love the more viewers, love the support. Although this might not be the result we like.
Yeah, we don't.
As a long run for Rich East, down the sideline. No penalty flags, so this play will stand. Another long run for Rich East, one of many tonight. That's been the story of the night, has been the run offense. They have not thrown a pass, and they haven't had to, frankly. They've scored on 5 of their 6 possessions, and they've just been milking the clock methodically, picking up first down after first down, using a multitude of running backs. And that's all they've had to do. Take this time, since Rich East is driving. You know, it might not concern any of you Urbana fans, but might as well just mention their schedule since we put it on here. You know, next week they're at Bloomington. I mean, again, home against Bloomington. Another Big 12 conference opponent. Bloomington's always tough. They lost a lot this year, so they're looking to rebuild.
Hopefully.
Then they're at, I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's Ypsilanti, Michigan. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know how far away that is from
probably
south, but
yeah.
They're at Michigan.
Probably
some team in Michigan. So
quite a
then they're
drive.
At Thornton. Don't know where that is. Sorry. Crete Moniz. Then their first Bloom Township. We played Bloom Township in basketball.
Good run by number 34.
Have some athletic people at Bloom Township. Then they're at Rich Central. Also played them in basketball. Beat them by 30. Then they're versus Rich South. Then they're at Kankakee to close their season. So they have a full schedule. Only 3 home games on their schedule. So,
speaking of the basketball season, how do you guys think you're going to do this year?
Basketball, we're looking good, man. Got a really tough schedule, probably one of the toughest in the state of Illinois.
Really?
Got a lot of tough opponents on that. I'm sure you guys will hit that during basketball season. But
yeah.
Got a lot of talent coming back, got a lot of talent coming in from the lower class.
That's good.
Expecting a big year, big things. So definitely look forward to that. But we're in football season right now, so definitely, you know, keep coming out to support the football team. Struggling tonight, but, you know, better things are to come this season, I think. And I think you guys are going to be surprised by the results this season. I'm predicting more than one win.
Yeah. This seems
manual game I think they'll get, and I think they're going to get one more.
Yeah.
I know they're going to get one more. They're going to win 2 games this year. Mark your word on that.
Yeah, this Urbana team is really talented, but just I think this Rich East team is just they're a great team, honestly. They're big. They got speed. But Urbana's hanging in there with this team. The score doesn't show it, but if you're
closer than the score, we've made that point before.
Yeah, if you're watching the game, you could see.
Yep.
Just a lot of errors, like
Urbana. What I've always said is, you know, Urbana has they have lots of good plays and good moments, but they've yet to put it together in a complete game.
Yeah.
And I think when they do that, they're gonna be surprised with themselves and how good they can be. I mean.
Yeah, just like the fumbles off the, just like when Meeker fumbled it and stuff like that, you could just see that this team's better than what they're actually playing like right now.
And another
and
fumble and recovered by Chico Lipscomb.
Speaking of fumbles right there.
That's about the 4th fumble tonight, maybe 5th.
Yeah, there's been a lot of fumbles.
A lot of fumbles. That's apparently a problem among these teams. And Urbana will take over with 5:52 left to go in the 4th quarter with Rich East up 36-6. This is, again, the home opener this year for the 2018 season. As Tiger Marching Band begins to playing Sweet Caroline. Classic song at football games and one of my favorites. And they are cut short by the beginning of the Urbana Tiger drive, led by Jacob Meeker. And we're going to have a timeout by Coach Walker. They'll discuss some things over. This will be a short timeout, I believe. Coach Walker just going over maybe some plays if they want to run, formations, what he expects out of them. Defense get a little breather. Although most of the people on offense right now play defense as well, so really focuses on the conditioning. Conditioning is crucial. Got to be able to play both sides of the ball without many breaks. Football is a very intense sport. Requires a lot out of you. I'm not speaking from experience. I have never played a down of football in my life. I know Dylan, definitely hasn't. Vivek, he's pretty experienced at football. I mean,
very talented athlete, very talented
Vivek's
athlete.
the king of after-school Nerf ball football. The Nerf ball, he's a demon. Very, very good. So I'm sure he could speak to his experiences.
It's rough out there.
It's really rough out there, man. I mean, I couldn't.
The ball's easy to catch, but nothing
I would
else.
never criticize a football player too much because I've never been good at football. Tad Meeker throws a pass, complete to Elijah Rogers for a 5-yard gain. Again, Meeker, I want to emphasize how he's been pretty efficient passing tonight. I mean, been pretty accurate, hasn't thrown an interception. He's had trouble handling the ball, but otherwise, in terms of passing, it's been pretty good, pretty solid. This offense doesn't really acquire a lot of passing, more running. That pass is a little inaccurate, but one of the few tonight. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 35. Again, we want to let you guys know, the viewers out there, that Urbana is missing 8 players tonight for various reasons. A little inside information from our guy, Stephen Thompson. He didn't let us know what those reasons were. We didn't ask, but you can probably infer, some of the reasons. Injuries, disciplinary things. Pass complete to Elijah Rogers. It'll be 4th down. Gain of no gain. It'll be 4th and 4. Got to assume they'll go for it. Less than 5 minutes to go. 4th quarter, got nothing to lose. Might as well take a shot. Try to get some points on the board, get some momentum. Headed into next week. Say again, next week Tigers are home again against Danville. Rivalry matchup, Danville. About 30 miles to the east.
That'll be a really good game.
Yes, it will be. Danville has lost a lot.
Uh-huh.
They were very good last year, made the playoffs. Lose a lot. They lose a lot of key starters, a lot of foundational players, but they're rebuilding as well. Lots of teams in the Big 12, you had a good conference, still rebuilding. Looks to be a false start on Urbana, which would make it 4th and about 8. 4th and 9. Number 27. I think that'd be our Jace Winfield.
Oh,
False start on Jace Winfield, who's also in our journalism class. A lot of football players in our journalism class. We've got Stephen Thompson, number 30, Jace Winfield, number 27, Michael Monreal,
number 50.
Number 50. So a lot of football players are like our journalism class. We really like to give them shout-outs when we come on our football air. All of them are good players, and all of them worked really hard. And a fumbled punt by Elijah Rogers, and he still gets the punt off, and it's still a decent one. As Rich East player still catches it. And he's gang tackled. Brought down by a group of three Tigers. And Rich East will take over at the Tigers' 49-yard line. Elijah Rogers, that was a great play by him. He fumbled the snap. Still was able to have the awareness to pick it up, avoid defenders, and get a nice punt off.
Get the punt off,
He's done a great job punting tonight. His punts have been nice line drives that have had bounce to them. And those are the toughest ones to catch, those ones that are line drives and they have a little spin and bounce on them.
Yep.
Those are the toughest ones to catch. So he's done a good job of that. Another carry for Rich East. Gain of a couple. 350 and counting. Looks like we're going to finish this whole game. Just a progress for the Tigers program that hasn't done a lot of that in the past. Completing a game is always good. Not getting without the clock running. There's another tackle.
Ooh.
Good tackle by number 5, Jerome Rao, who's had a good game tonight on the outside linebacker position. He's made multiple stops in the run game, containing the run. He's been pretty good at it tonight. If he can continue that over the course of the season, he's going to have a nice season for himself because he's already a good offensive player. And if he can make this a good defensive season, he'll be a player to watch. He'll be a key contributor. He's one of the key contributors for the Tigers, and they're going to need him to play well if they're going to make some noise here in the Big 12.
He's a great player.
Season. Yes, he is. 34.
See, they just got big running backs out here.
Takes a combined couple of hits. 7.
Solid running
4.
back. Oof,
Jerome Rao
no.
in there again. Gain of 6. 4th and 1. Got to imagine they're going to go for it.
Yeah.
Haven't seen one punt from Rich East, and it was a bad punt. So the special teams are not their strong suit, so they're going to go for it.
We haven't seen much of Jeremy Lee in the second half, except for like now.
Yeah, he has not been.
They're probably giving him a rest, you know.
Yeah. You do see that a lot.
Yeah.
Haven't seen much of Monty Brown.
Yeah, they're both key contributors. They played amazing first half.
They're going to need them later in the season.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't want to get an offside penalty. Seen some movement from the Tigers line. Don't want an offside penalty. Timeout, Rich East. So we're probably going to get one more timeout here. 1:54 left to go in the game. Again, Rich East is leading 36-6 over Urbana. What has been a fairly lopsided game. Rich East has controlled much of the game with their methodical running attack. Their ground and pound style of game. They've controlled the tempo and the time of possession. Urbana had one good drive in the first half where Meeker threw 2 long completions, one to Mike Maboyo and one to Jerome Rao for a touchdown. And it's been about it on offense. We've had some bright spots, had some great catches, some great runs, but haven't been able to put together another drive like that one in the first half. Why we have 6 points. So while we get ready to wind this one down, takeaways from tonight's game, Dylan. What are your takeaways? What have you picked up from tonight's game?
I honestly think our team is a lot more solid than last year. We're playing pretty well, like despite the score, obviously. But like, we can see that Jacob Meeker has a pretty good arm, and I think like if hopefully he's not injured, but like he's been seeing the trainer a lot. But if we get him going throughout the season, I think we're bound to win more than one game. So, you know, we just got to keep working on our offense, especially because I think this run offense, based on our size, honestly, I think we're one of the smaller teams in our conference. I think you know more about our conference than I do, but I can assume.
That's a correct assumption.
Yeah, we should try to avoid the run game down the middle as we tried at the beginning of the first half. And then, because our O-line, on the other hand, I don't want to like diss our O-line, but they're not the strongest point of Urbana football. So, you know.
I agree 100%. I mean, this Urbana team has got some bright spots, and they've got some players on this team that can really make some noise and give headaches to opposing teams. It's going to be good that they keep working. They got to keep working. Got to keep getting better. This is only the first game. This is only game 1. 8 more games to go after this, so you can't let this define your season. And I don't think they will. Coach Walker won't let that happen.
Yeah. I think based on Urbana past football, like one game's not going to change their entire momentum. They got to go into every game with the same momentum, trying to get that win, trying to beat their last season record. That's what they should focus on this year.
And as we'll make this point again, with Rich East going to go on to win this game, taking the Neals here, they're going to win 36-6. Score has not, indicated how close this game has been. This game has been pretty close. I mean, for the majority of this game was a 22-point lead, with Urbana having multiple opportunities to go down and score with unable to capitalize. If they score on those occasions, this is a 7, 10-point game, and that's pretty close. So, score does definitely not to define how close this game has been, but that'll end this game. And Dylan, you want to?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say like a lot of errors happened in today's game, but you can't like blame. It's the first game, getting used to like playing together and everything in an actual game-like scenario. Because a lot of juniors coming up, a lot of seniors like trying to be like role players. The first they got to find their groove, and then we'll see a change. I assure you of that.
This is only a jumping-off point. This is only week 1. There's only room to get better. More room for improvement. Got to keep working. And like I said, upcoming broadcasts, our next football game, to be determined. We might be doing a broadcast at Central, to be determined, but definitely our next home football game is September 28th against Centennial at home, homecoming. Thanks again for all the support and all listening to this game. Again, final score, 36, Rich East, Urbana 6. This has been Miller Calhoun, Dylan Patel, and Vivek Ekrala, your crew, and Jason Liggett, our producer. So thank you for all the listeners and everybody. This has been the Tigers Media Network.